Thank you so much for the introduction. Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining today's session. Whether you are an instructional designer, maybe you are leading a learning and development team, or just part of a training team, and you're juggling multiple priorities, well, this session is for you. Over the next 20 to 25 minutes, we will explore how AI is changing the game for content creation, making it faster, more scalable, and dare I say, less stressful. Yeah, sounds impossible, right? Well, it is possible. We will start today looking at the real challenges everyone is facing in learning and development, and then we will dive deeper into how Easy the Order plus the AI can actually help teams going from overwhelmed to overachieving in a matter of just minutes. Let me ask you something. Does creating learning content sometimes feel like driving in the slow lane, no matter how hard you push? I'm pretty sure it does. Well, most of learning and development teams today are under pressure. Deadlines are tight, resources are limited, and creative bottlenecks slow everything down. Creating high quality training, it's still a manual process for many teams, and it's simply not sustainable. And the result, we see burnout. We see backlogs, and often we miss the opportunity to actually deliver engaging, timely learning experiences with whenever they matter most. So what if we flip the script? What if you could turn the idea into a complete interactive course in just minutes and not months? Well, this is where Easy the Order and AI comes in, and this is going to be your new content creation sidekick. With the AI integrated directly into your ordering tool, you can create engaging learning faster than ever. You can generate videos, voiceovers, images, interactive exercises, and games all in seconds. You don't need to start from scratch, wait on a designer, uh, because the platform simply gives you a full library of avatars, games, beautiful layouts, and ready-to-use templates. And when you need to deliver learning in multiple languages, one click. That's all it takes to actually give you automatic translations, subtitles, and voiceovers. Even better, yeah? It doesn't stop here. You can take what you already have, like a PowerPoint, and transform that into a polished SCORM package with multimedia, quizzes, interactivity, and everything enriched by AI. And now forget about the headache of back and forth reviews. Now you can share the content that you've just built, and not only share it once it's built, but actually collaborate in real time with, you can gather feedback and live comments, just like a chat. In short, create once, scale everywhere, and wow your learners without the burnout. Now, let's zoom out for a moment and look at the transformation. So before using Easy Order and AI, most teams are juggling tools, chasing feedback, spending weeks, sometimes months for building a single course. Now, this process, it used to be very manual, repetitive, draining, but that's not the case anymore. Why don't we use the AI in our favor? And with Easy the Order and powered by AI, everything changes. Now, content creation is centralized, automated, truly scalable, and you can go from static slides to stunning interactive courses in a fraction of the time. And your team now can focus on strategy, creativity, instead of formatting and file management. So basically what you're going to do is that you will eliminate production delays, streamline localization, build better learning experiences for every learner in every language. And the best part, you don't need to be a tech expert to do it, or even having basic knowledge of instructional design. Forget about all of that. Anyone can build beautiful, effective training quickly and confidently, because confidence is key as well, right? Anyway, let's have a look at the tool in action. You may know that EasyOrder, it's a fully cloud-based solution. We're living in the .com era. So all I need to do is go to the website, no need to install anything into my computer, log into my account. So you can see that the browser actually recognizes my credentials, and now I am within my EasyOrder account. This is an account that allows collaboration. You can have several authors, several environments, you can give restrict access. It's really, really nice to work with. So if you want to create a new content, I'm just going to go with a folder, whichever that may be. The great part of it, which we are going to say in a second, we are going to see later on, is that you can transform your PowerPoint presentations into gold, as we saw earlier. You can upload a PowerPoint presentation and use it as a base for you to build upon. Anyway, today we are going to see new project built from scratch. You can select from two different formats. You can create micro learning with the express type of format, or classic learnings with the horizontal navigation for more extensive content. I'm going to go with that one for today's demo purpose. The next step would be to choose a template, forget about, having to create palettes of colors, Pantones. With the branding, you can actually have your own corporate templates built with your own logos, fonts, images, everything on demand. You can also use the 16 different templates that we offer included with the account, and which you can also further configure by adding colors, switching between different colors and Pantones. All of that, it's super easy to do with EasyOrder. You can go a step further, build your Pantones with your hex codes one by one, and once you're happy with that, just go ahead and build your course. Okay, so I'm going to select this template. I'm ready to create my new course. I'm going to call it, imagine I'm within the HR department, and I'm creating an onboarding or induction for all the newcomers. Now I have the title. I can add different sections and chapters. It's super easy to name them and type on top of it, create this structure. You can change your mind easily later on. You just drag and drop. Well, once you start creating, you can add your first slide. You can see it's a really guided experience, right? You don't know where to start, don't worry. There's like a wizard that's guiding you throughout the process. So when I click on the first slide, I am opening that initial template that I've selected, which are nothing else but just pre-designed slides with different elements, which I can perfectly edit and configure as I wish. Now, these slides are intended for you to not give it so much thought on the design itself, so that you can really, really focus on what matters most, which is the content, right? You have a blank slide, which you can select as many times as you need, and then different categories, right? So you're going to have slides for titles, for index or agenda, for text, multimedia, comparatives, themes, profiles, steps, processes. I can keep going, right? Now, this is a pre-designed template that follows a general structure, but if you want to build your own templates, you can do that as well and publish it within the account and make it available for everyone to use. In that way, you ensure that the whole team across the company actually follows your guidelines. Anyway, so I'm going to add a few slides following, slide for covers, slide for index, agenda. I've got slides here that have interactive elements, games, exercises, all of it, right? Infographies. Remember, I mean, you know that e-learning content needs to be really interactive and needs to be flashy. There's no such thing as too flashy, right? Well, it depends maybe on the knowledge area, but usually the more interactive, the better. So for that, we offer a number of different elements which can be used within these projects, from exercises like ABC, sort, fill the blanks, match, arrange, and then you can mix those with videos, audios. Then we offer different type of games like alphabet, trivia, swipe, memory, words. These are highly interactive elements which you can use within your projects, either by selecting them as pre-designed or building them from scratch. And what's even better, automating them through AI. Simulations like this one, which we're going to see now in a second. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look first at how this content is going to look like. Obviously, it's fully responsive. Obviously, it's going to work on all of the gadgets, and it's going to adapt fully to different screens. Now, this is like an interactive video, which you can build within the tool, uploading an MP4, adding quizzes and information windows, subtitles, a cover. You can create like really cool infographies like this one, in order to have your students interact with the content and having to reveal that information by clicking on a button, right? Because that makes it a lot more interactive. Then you can combine, you know, like text and videos, audios. Well, you can create podcasts. This is a fill the blank exercise, right? Which we're going to see now in a second. How to build it. We've got words, exercises, memories. Yeah, so I'm going to finish it there. We've got the summary, simulations, right? So this is just an Excel file, and it's a step-by-step guided tour with clickable steps showing, you know, how to save an Excel file. But this can be any of your systems internally. This could be anything, any real process, anything really you want to show on a screen. Just to show the versatility of this, here we have in step-by-step on how to start your first project with EasyEasyWater, right? Anyways, so I'm going to close the preview, and let's have a look at how do we create games, exercises, and all the interactivity. So I love to choose a slide for, in my particular case, I like to add about 3 elements on a slide because I think it just looks really sleek and nice. But obviously, I'm not an expert instructional designer, so you guys know better than me. Anyway, so once I've selected the layout of the slide, I can now add my elements. So I'm going to go with a video. This video could be anything from files that you've recorded outside of the tool. You can record within the tool or generate an AI video. And here, now we're starting to get into the AI, right? So we have a full catalog with different style avatars from 3D movies, comics, emojis, realistic. Once you're happy with one of these styles, you can go next, add a text to be narrated. You can select different languages and different accents. Of course, you can try out different voices.
Okay, so Lily is 12 years old.
Now, once we're happy with the voice, we go next and generate the video. Perfect. So that's being generated for me in the background. I could further edit this video by adding colors, gradients, but the whole point here is that you just need to follow the step-by-step on the screen, right? You don't need to actually be a tech or an expert. So once I generate the video, then I can go with the video cover, could be colors, gradients, or images. In the case of the images, I could easily upload my local images, use Unsplash as a stock of millions of professional pictures, but I can also generate them with AI. And again, I've got 3D, photography, illustration. So let's go with a stock image and having here a prompt. I'm risking it a little bit. I like to take risks. So once this is being generated, it's going to give me 4 options. I could further edit these 4 options and then select the one that I think it suits best. Really important here, there's I don't know if you paid attention earlier, but there was like a prompt magic tool which helps you improve that prompt that you're going to add. You know that the AI, for example, when best works is when you give it clarity and your prompts are really clear enough. Great. So I've got my image and my video, and I can further edit video title. I could also show video controls or lock video progress. That's some configuration you can do. I could definitely generate subtitles, right? And yeah, we're going to see that. There we go. So I'm generating subtitles. Perfect. I'm going to go with the next element. What do I want to add here? Shall we risk it with an exercise? So as you can see, there's 6 different types of exercises: ABC, sort, fill the blanks, match, arrange, and chat. I really love the chat element. And what we're going to do now, instead of building it manually, we are going to generate it with AI. So when I create an exercise, a game with the AI, the tool actually allows me to select which content do I want to include within this exercise, because what the AI does is that it's pulling the previous information I've added within this course, and with that information, it generates a chat exercise. So let's do that. You can see the AI, my virtual assistant, is working in the background for me, which is amazing. And then all I need to do is to follow the step by step, right? So maybe add a cover for this. Perfect. As you can see, it's already been created. That's fantastic. It's amazing. It's a matter of seconds. And this is my, of course, once this it gets created, I can then further edit and make any adjustments that I wish. So these are all the messages that have been created. This particular exercise. It's a simulation of a conversation between different people. And what I like to do is to go ahead and add some avatars to these people, because it makes it a lot more interactive, more visual, right? So that's Jesse and Alex. Fantastic. And if I want to add additional interactivities, I can perfectly do that. Maybe a voice note, or maybe a video, a file, image. Imagine that this is a chat-like, which simulates a conversation as if this would be Messenger or WhatsApp. Great. So let's go with the next one. And over here, I like to add a maybe trivia game. And again, I'm going to generate this automatically with AI. It gives me the option to select which content do I want to pull in and create the exercise, or the games in this case. Create game, and my assistant is doing the work for me in the background, which is amazing. Give it a title. Well, I don't need to do that. The only thing I need to do is to add the cover. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and finalize the slide creation. So you can see in matter of literally, I don't know, minutes, I've created a super interactive slide. I can further edit and add voiceover to this slide. It could be a file that I've recorded previously, but I can definitely generate it through Easy Author as an automatic voiceover. I can add a text. Then again, we can choose different genders.
Get crafty with a guide to creative projects and home.
Feel the zest of the.
Okay, so Lily is 12.
I understand. In the meantime, renters who have lost their jobs or are sick because of the virus should contact their landlords.
Perfect. I've created a voiceover, and I can also generate subtitles or add a video presenter to the whole slide. If I was to add a video presenter, I could either upload a file, record myself within the tool, or again, generate with AI. And then I have different chroma styles. So whatever I want to position that video presenter on the slide, so I can play around with that, which is absolutely fantastic. Anyway, so if I move on, some other things that I like to do. Are juggling around with the margins of the cell, adding a background color to the slide. And let's have a look at the final content that we have just built. So preview.
Hello, thank you for watching this webinar. Thank you for being here today.
There we go. This is our chat exercise. This is absolutely fantastic. So we have a simulation of a conversation. You can use this as an element to show a simulation, a role play, further reinforce the knowledge at a certain point. And you can throw in a quiz suddenly, or maybe you can throw in a video, a voice note to make it like really, really, really interactive. So basically the tool pulls in all the content that you've added previously and generates that video for you, which you can then just adjust. Okay, so, and here we have the game. It's a trivia game that has been generated with AI. Fantastic, right? So I'm going to take this opportunity to show you how
Hello, thank you for watching this webinar.
highly interactive or responsive
Hello, thank you for
this content is, right? Perfect. And when you think this is over, it's not, because if we go back now and we go to the final test, we can also edit the final test manually, but now we can add it with AI. So you don't need to craft the final test. This is going to be done for you automatically. Select the whole content, add questions with AI. So you can select the number of questions you want to add. This is going to be done for you automatically. Excellent. So while that is it's working in the background for me, we now want to translate this content, right? So we've built a course in English, but maybe we have audiences in France, or maybe we have audiences in Spain or Portugal or whatever, right? So we go to advanced options, translate with AI, and here we can select any of these languages and translate. Now, this is going to generate a copy of the course in the language, and it's going to be translated with Microsoft Azure Cognitive Neural Intelligence. So this is really, really accurate translation. So I'm going to go with German in this case, request translation. This is generating the copy of the course in German. Moving on, now that we have created the course, now that we're ready to validate this, we need to go through a different step, another step, which is reviewing the content. So I'm going to do that share for review. All you need to do is activate the link and share it with your reviewers. So sometimes I'm laughing about this because I cannot be in two places at the same time. But I do have an alter ego, which I like to use, and it's called Victor. So I'm reviewing as Victor this course that has been shared with me, right? So at every step, I can basically collaborate in real time. Now, can you believe me that this is real time? Maybe not, but we can check it, right? Unfortunately, I cannot be in both places at the same time, but you have to trust me on this. So when I go now to the red dot, I have a notification. There is a message for me, and I can reply to Victor. So basically, Victor can collaborate in real time with me while I'm building the content. I can get feedback from Victor. Okay, so there we go. 2 messages. Fantastic. So yeah, this is Easy the Author. If you want to reuse your existing PowerPoint presentations, you can also do that, okay? But before I move on to show you the PowerPoint. Through distribution, we offer different type of distribution options like direct link, LMS, intranet, or PDF. I'm going back. If you want to enrich your PowerPoints, here I have my initial presentation uploaded for you, and you can see how I have enriched this PowerPoint with additional elements, and the AI is also capable to read my PowerPoint and to create exercises based on that. Now, this is a course that I've translated to Italian. Anyways, thank you so much. We're now ready for the Q&A.